Okay, so we finished cutting the outline. See, I just moved the bed out of the way. Fox has already started digging it up.
We decided to add on to our garden this year by building new raised beds. We started doing this project in early March to late February. We used treated deck boards for our raised beds.
Those are 5/4 thick, and they're basically like a 1x6 that's beveled on the end, but they're treated, and that's kind of controversial. But we find that those work best.
This is kind of a no-brainer project for anybody who has any experience building anything. You just measure your boards out, make your marks, get your saw, cut it. We use deck screws, right? Deck screws.
Right. You have to use coated screws for treated wood. But if you're using cedar or something, you can use regular drywall screws or even nails.
But it's going to be outside the elements and you're going to be watering it, so really you don't want anything that's going to rust. But we just kind of measured out what we wanted it to look like in our yard, kind of symmetrical and the same size. You will see later the finished product.
I moved the new garden beds over here beside the old garden bed, and I spaced them out. It's it's a little over 2 feet in between these two, and about 3 feet in between these two, and there's about 14¼ inches difference between the combined length of these two beds, and I think it looks okay like that, kind of staggered. These beds are made to be movable. All you do is just pull these posts out of the holes that you dig and level off the ground, and then you can move them around. They're made out of treated wood. I've heard a lot of people say you're not supposed to use treated lumber for raised beds. I've seen conflicting things about it, about the chemicals leaching into the ground. We made this one a year or two ago, and we didn't notice we never had any trouble out of it. I've got this crooked peach tree. If anybody knows how to fix this, I don't know why it's growing like that. It's growing all lopsided, and I don't know how to fix it. So that's on my to-do list today. As you can see, the Martin box still isn't up. I've got to get a pole. But we're probably going to go fishing. Miranda's in there putting something on for dinner in the crock pot. And then we're going to go fishing at the bar pits for a while. And I'm going to come back and try to dig all this grass out and dig the holes for the posts. I'll flip these over. I will go get some composted straw and stuff from Castle de Cluck, the chicken coop. And I'll use the tiller to work it into the soil, and I'll also till this bed up and get all of these potted plants and stuff out and get it tilled up, and maybe work some more chicken manure into this bed. And then it'll be ready for us to plant. It's about time to get ready to plant tomatoes and things like that. So that's my plan for this afternoon. We'll see how it goes. I had Miranda come out and tell me what she thought about the beds being placed where they're at. Husbands, that's a solid piece of advice. Even if you know you're right, I don't know how many times I've gotten 3/4 of the way done with a project, and just to have Miranda tell me she didn't like where it was placed or how it was placed, or didn't like the piece of material I picked out or whatever. So now, anytime I can, I have her verify it before I continue. But what I'm doing now is I'm using the beds themselves as a template, and I'm just going around the edges here and cutting lines in the dirt with the shovel. And what that's going to do is, for one thing, when I move the beds and get ready to dig all that out, I'll have a template to work by. And then also this beveled edge on the outside will help keep grass and stuff from growing under the bed into the actual garden soil. So Fox is helping. Good boy, Fox. Pull that grass out. Get the grass. Good boy. Help. You gotta help. Good boy. Good boy. Fox is an expert gardener. He is quite the green thumb or green paw. Yep, good boy. Good job. Good job, Fox. He pulls the grass out with its teeth.
So here's Corgi. We're putting in the. He's so happy. We're putting in the garden beds today. Oh, I got a ladybug on me. What is she? There she is. What are you doing, Corgi? Are you helping dig? Kinda playing fetch with Mom's son.
Alright, you gotta evacuate it for me.
He's helping dig.
Well, he's gonna get dug.
Uh-oh. Can we move with the shovel? I guess. Fox, come here. No, that's not work. Okay. So Fox is a dummy who likes to. We have to put him inside because when we mow and use other equipment because he likes to try to eat the blades off. What is it? This is what happens. What is it? Are you ready to go inside? Let's go inside. Let's go inside, Fox. Come on. What? I think he's telling you that you don't need to use that he's got ahead. He's like, I've got this. Oh, he's gonna need a bath.
It's my turn.
Uh-oh. What happened? Your ball fell in the hole. Are you gonna get it? Gotta dig it out. Oh my gosh, he's getting dirt all over the I bet he grabs it.
Reach it.
He's gonna grab it. He's not let you grab it. Oh my word.
Get it. How about you get out of the
Can we garden now, sir? Sir, can we garden, please? What? What, Corgi? Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. What if I go to get your... What? I'm gonna get... See? It's like, it's mine. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Oh! Hey, you leave my gardening glove alone. Hey, you leave my glove, Fox. That's my glove, Daddy. We have made a trade, it appears. I got the bowl and he's got my gardening glove. I don't have the chuck it. So, oh, and I got my glove back. No, this is my glove, sir. Okay, Corgi. You need to go inside so you don't eat the tiller. Hey, Daddy. I'm tired. I had to get up early. Like, early. It's bad. You don't even know.
No idea.
You don't know. What? You want me to throw the ball again? But I know when I go to get it. Yep. Okay, say bye, Fox. Corgi. Fox. Bye. That one bed, I don't know, it kind of still looks a little wonky. But that one over there. I know, well, I don't know. The chickens love the fresh dirt. Okay. So this is our finished beds. Solomon. Is it Solomon? Can't tell.
No, that's not so.
Okay.
That's hot sauce.
No, it's not hot. It's the Marin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can tell by its neck. That poor little thing, they almost killed it when it was little. That's how I'm telling it still has like, I don't think its feathers grew back right. See its back of its neck? Like that's how I can tell who the Marin is. They like pecked him and like, poor little thing. Anyways,
This is why you want to do this early.
yeah.
Because it gives you a chance to
Get all
come
these.
back out here and make sure
Mhm.
there aren't any grass.
Which we
there.
didn't have any trouble last year, really.
And it gives the chickens a chance to do their thing. They'll get in there and clean out weeds and fertilize it. Till it up, and then we'll till it up again right before we plant.
We'll probably go Home Depot if not. Probably next weekend, I guess. We could get some
I'd really
plants.
like to get the bottom layer of litter out of Castle to Cluck and
Yeah.
work it into the soil.
But here's the new beds, and there is the Marin.
It's supposed to rain for the next
Yeah.
million days.
Oh, the little chickens of it all. It's looking, I thought it was going to rain all day today. Chicken, chick, 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 chick. We're really lucky to have all these roosters and them not bother each other. When will this miserable weather not go away? Look, I've got something on my screen. Walked out. There's a little baby catfish thing. Oh my gosh, it's so bloody cold. But I got my posse behind me. My chicken posse. Oh my gosh. It is so stinking cold. Where's my little, here's our little funny chicken. He's a little mutt. He's part bird dog, part Americana. He's so fabulous though. Look at his little feathers. He's so pretty. I feel ya. Tinkerbell. Ooh, and our little garden that still looks like it did like a month ago. There's a little rabbit in St. Francis. And kitties. Oh, there's Quesadilla. We've got to build these up some. It's just kind of, I've leveled and everything. I don't know what else to do. So we can go check on the babies. The babies that aren't really babies anymore. Hey, Dilla. Oh, and Ophelia.
So once we figured out where we wanted to place our garden beds, the next step is making sure they're packed in really well and filling them with dirt. And we use chicken poop from our chicken coop to help fertilize the soil. Of course, a corgi is the biggest necessity to anybody's garden, and a wife who is freezing and helping to stomp down the dirt.
All winter long, we have been adding straw and vegetable matter and stuff like that to the chicken coop. And the chickens do what chickens do when they're roosted, and they poop on top of the litter. And then during the spring, I take a shovel, I take off the top layer of straw, and I shovel out all that dirt underneath and add that to our garden beds, because that adds a lot of nitrogen that your plants need to get started and grow really big, especially early on.
And there goes Clint to get more chicken. Actually, I don't know what he's doing right now. He's going to get more chicken poop.
There's Castle de Cluck. There's the nursery with the baby chickens in it.
And there's our other babies. Just our little homestead.
And there's a corgi overlooking the opera.
Our little garden, because we're finally getting to plant. That soil looks nice.
Yeah, look at that one.
Like it looks like coffee. We should went by Starbucks see if they had any coffee grains.
Well, they gotta be composted anyway, so they gotta go in the chicken coop now.
Here's all of our plants that we've got a couple of strawberries. I only bought 2 strawberries. At the time we had 1 or 2 that came back. But I don't know. I think the chickens have been getting up in that pot and they may have killed it. So we probably need to put something to keep the chickens out of that pot. We got tomatoes, peppers. And I got excited because Walmart had the squash and okra in yesterday. Corey's excited. But I didn't go really find garden gloves. We're going to talk about what to plant where, I guess.
Do you want to add anything to this? Like,
Oh.
I like the soil so much. Just
What do you
I
mean?
don't really want to add anything.
Don't want to add something to it. Oh, you want to use this like a Zen garden?
No, I need to add anything from the chicken coop anymore.
It looks good. I mean, I don't... What do you think? Did you add some last week?
No.
What do you think? I don't know.
Okay, so here we go, finally getting to plant our plants, round number 1. We usually have to make a couple of rounds before some decide to actually take off and grow. Clint is planting right now in our tomato bed. We did Romas, we did a couple of early girls, and a better boy. And Romas are my favorite tomatoes, so we kind of, and they're
They're
usually,
really good for like sauce and things like that.
yeah, I use them for everything. I love them in salads, make tomato sandwiches with them, everything. So
They have a really intense tomato flavor.
I believe I'm deciding what to plant where. In that longer bed, we did squash and zucchini. Now, later on, I added some okra along the edges. But we actually did not have good luck at all in that bed with the okra. And then on the end there, I did some basil and eggplants in those little containers that it's kind of hard to see. In the bed that is not being worked in right now, we put, I did some poblano, one or two poblanos and one or two jalapenos. I can't remember exactly. And then some bell peppers. And later on, we added a different variety of okra. And I can't remember what type of okra it was, but it's a variety we've never grown before. Usually we do like the spineless, green spineless? Something like that, or emerald, I don't know what it's called. But the variety we usually plant, we haven't had any luck with it. This other one, though, did take off pretty good for us. We also, and this is another tip, I tend to look for plants that we buy our plants. We buy them at Orslyn, we buy them at Home Depot, and Walmart. I guess it's the main place that we usually shop at. So that's usually where we'll pick our plants up. I don't really care if they're the name brand. If they're the name brand, fine. If they're not, usually we just look for whatever's on sale. But one thing I do is I look for like a plant that has, you're only paying for one plant, but it might have 3 or 4 squash or zucchini plants in it. And up until now, most of the time, I have good luck in separating those, and it just kind of saves some money. You're kind of getting 2, 3, 4 plants for the price of one. I actually think next year we are going to try starting some more from seed. So we just got finished doing the garden. Are you on top of me? We haven't vlogged it. Filming this. We finally just got finished planting the garden after weeks and weeks of planning and wanting to, because our weather has been crazy. We've literally had freeze warnings right up through, I think, last week. And today's April the 21st. So, yep. Here is we wasn't sure. We wasn't. We were not. We weren't sure what to plant where. Last year, and the garden did really well, but it kind of got crowded up over here. Last year I planted okra along the edges, and then I had, like right here, I had like squash and zucchini in one row. I did peppers in the middle of the row, and tomatoes here. But this was the only garden bed we had last year. We only got a few peppers because they were too crowded, and they just got choked out. The zucchini did really well, the squash and the okra and the tomatoes did really well, but they kind of choked out the peppers. So this year, what we did, I need to check on that one little plant that's laying over down there too. And actually, there's one little zucchini plant because I had extra and I'd run out of room because we already kind of crowded them up anyway. Went ahead and did okra along the edges. That right there in that little tin, that'll probably be, I think, mint or basil is what I usually plant in that.
It may even come back from last year.
My mint has been coming back, but I don't know. I would have thought I may need to drag it out so I get some sunlight. This is squash. I have crook neck here, straight neck up there. And then this is all zucchini. Then we decided to do the tomatoes over here. Romas are my favorite. Plus they're like some of the easiest to grow, I think. So you kind of get a lot of return for your work and your money. So, like, Romas are here, and that's a Roma. I got a pack of 4 at Orslyn. Ran up on some plants at Walmart. They had theirs on sale yesterday, and they had a bunch, and they all looked great. And I couldn't resist those little Japanese cucumbers. I actually like cucumber way more than I used to. Didn't care for them at all. But I like to put those on veggie club sandwiches, and then just in salads. And then I'll do water. I do water with like cucumber, mint, and lemon. Anyway. So, this one is our Better Boy. I got that at Orslyn. And these are 2 early girls we got from
I think I may have actually got one from Home Depot, one from Orsolin. And then over here are peppers. We have green bells. We have an eggplant, which I know that's not a pepper, but it just got put in the pepper garden. Then we have this. Look, we already have a baby pepper. This one is a little. What does it say? It's a golden bell.
Fox, leave it.
Oh,
I'm
Fox.
gonna save a chicken.
Fox is chasing the chickens, but look where I have a little baby.
Fox.
Eggplant.
Fox.
He's getting in trouble. Here's my jalapenos. And I kind of thought I could. I've never did was this poblano ranchos or anchos, but chili poblanos are one of my favorite things at Mexican food places. And I thought I would give my hand at, because I think I can make them. But I'm pretty good at being able to buy plants and like separating them. Like we actually only paid for 2 zucchini plants, and look at all the zucchini we got because they had so many in each pot. And I'm pretty good at separating those. These I thought I could get 2 out of, but they were just so close. And I did go ahead and separate the jalapenos, but just from growing jalapenos in years past, they're pretty easy and resilient. So I did kind of take a chance and probably did a little bit of root damage, but they're fine. And then this one though, I just went ahead and planted it like that. So anyway, that's another green bell. Alright, so there's our little garden. There's our little corgi. It just got in trouble for trying to eat baby chickens. Fox, why are you eating the baby chickens? Why would you eat baby chickens? What did baby chickens ever do to you? Okay, this is gardening take 2. We are going to try to replant the plants that the chickens destroyed, or fox. And my plan is to, I think I'm just filming my chest. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut the bottom out of them and try to use that, like stick that down in the soil, use the soil to make it stationary. And that's why she maybe lost the collars, because Fox can find her with the bell on. Anyway, we'll see if that works. We got our coffee. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Where's Ophelia at? There's a corgi. Hey, Fee. Oh, there she went. Anyway, she got a new little pink sparkly collar yesterday, because we noticed she lost her purple one. Alright, so here's this. They can tell they got after a little bit of these, but they're not too shabby. Peppers, they got some of those. I think they can all rebound. It just stinks because it probably stunted them some. But this is what our beautiful squash and zucchini. Alright. Garden take 2, day 1. Here is that little tomato plant looked puny, so I'll put the cup over all these. We shall see. I think it'll be okay. I was going to put my mint in that, realize I didn't buy any mint. Oh, those do look like the leaves are muddy. I don't know. I hope that's okay. We will have to see. And then here, I just put around the plants that looked a little weak, or like they could use extra support. And then I went ahead and planted some gourmet radishes down the center there. We shall see. I think Clint may like radishes, or I may be the only one in the household likes them, but I really like them. Hello, Corgi. Hello, Corgi. The backyard is super messy because it's beautiful weather outside. And I've just been kind of doing some stuff to try to jazz it up a little. It's a work in progress. But it's beautiful outside today. It's supposed to heat up after tomorrow. I mean, it's like really bad. I've been cleaning out here, tossing stuff every what way. This little tomato plant under my light came up on its own. Yeah, it came up on its own. And with radishes, we think it was from the chicken poop. But anyways, that's my crepe myrtles. I don't know anything about propagating, but Clint accidentally cut probably about 2 or 3 years growth off of one of my crepe myrtles. So we stuck it in there. Gonna try it. My basil and eggplants, I've never planted them like that. Never did that. I usually just do basil in a container by itself. Fox has discovered the joys of soccer. Cucumber, the only cucumber the chickens didn't kill. The price tag. Still on this, I can't get it off. So classy. This is the kale. Take 2. I had bought some, still stay my light. I bought some kale from the farmer's market and the chickens ate it. So I had some kale seed. I'm pretty sure that's kale. I don't think all of it came up though. That's a remainder of the actual kale that I got at the farmer's market. Okay, but here's the real show right here. These are my, see, first one here, zucchini, squash, 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 because I ran out of room in the garden bed. And this is the last year we're going to probably be able to use this garden bed, because a lot of these are full sun plants. And if you notice our little horrible looking little peach tree, I'm telling you, the backyard is so dirty right now. I need to not be filming. I don't know what's going on with it. Clint drug a bunch of stuff out for the pool, and it's just kind of all laying back there. Over here, I'll just show you, is our wheelbarrow and stuff for the beach that Lennon started cleaning yesterday, because the beach is coming up in a few weeks. There's our beach wagon. And then Lennon left to go on a fishing trip, and here it is. So I'm debating on whether breaking down, because I told him it's going to be put up before he left. So at this point, it's a waiting out game of am I going to break down and put it up before he gets back, or leave it for him. But that one bodyboard was kind of pricey for a bodyboard, and it'll bubble, so it doesn't need to be without. Okay, let's see if I can do this. I'm coming in my light. Woo, where's that? There's my giant zucchini. So big and magnificent. I probably actually should have harvested it a day or two ago, but here we go. First harvest of the season. What is that? Is that a bug on it? It was a bug on it. I don't know what kind of bug that is though. My giant zucchini. I hope I didn't let it get too big. It's kind of... Anyway, aside from our mint, I think that's the first harvest of the year. Wait, my mint. I'm pretty good at growing mint. I think it must be a pretty easy thing to grow though. See, my backyard is messy. That's what I'm working on. There's my mint. My little bonistachio. And here were beautiful red begonias. But the chickens ate all the flowers. That is cayenne pepper. Clint read that you put cayenne pepper on it. I don't know. I kind of think we just seasoned it up nicely for them. Anyway, there's my mint. I guess that's the only thing we've actually harvested this year. My eggplants with basil underneath. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll see. I just tried it. And Clint's grill he got for his birthday. Pretty nice. I like it. I used it last and it still hasn't been cleaned out. I grilled steaks for him on his birthday. So, anyway, I guess if he wants to use it again, he'll clean it out. There's my tomatoes. I got baby tomatoes in here somewhere. Oh, look, right there. Right there here. Oh, baby tomatoes are there. And Fox is barking at something. Oh, let's play a game called Where's the Corgi? Where's the Corgi? Where's the Corgi? Where? There's the Corgi. Fox loves me back here. This is a really old flower pot we've had for many years, and I discovered this color spray paint at Lowe's, and I just kind of went crazy with it. Anyway, this is kind of my little shade garden, or partial sun. I'm about to throw down some hostas because I need to get out of that pot. That is my limelight. There's the other limelight hydrangeas. They're green. That one just, I mean, I think it's died like 3 times. It keeps coming back, so maybe it'll come back again. It died this last time I put the plastic. I didn't put the plastic over it, so I don't really know why it died. But anyways, I'm just trying to spruce up the backyard. The front yard probably needs landscaping more, but we spend more time in the backyard. There's my hammer from putting down the... It's a mess. This is what I'm doing today because it's still beautiful outside today. I've got a couple things I'm wanting to sell. I want to get pictures of those, get those listed online. It's part of the mess back here. Oh, while I'm filming this, that's my cilantro. Has not started coming up yet. I do pretty good at growing basil and mint, but cilantro and chives are two things I just have difficulty with. Okay, tomatoes. This is Better Boy because it's in blue. The boy's in blue. These are early girls. And they are kind of winning the race right now. And then the rest are Romas. Romas are actually my favorite tomatoes. These pots at Aldi, super cool. They have blue and they have green. I kind of opted for the green. Here's St. Francis. He's gonna be, see, St. Francis. He's hiding in there. Right, that one is so sad. I'm gonna try pruning or tying back that peach tree somehow so I can give my sun garden a little more sun. We're either gonna have to do something with that tree before next year, and I hate that because that tree has been a trooper. It has been killed over and over again by farm chemicals. And or I don't know, we'll have to do something because we can't do this again next year. It's funky. I love little funky trees. If it would have been grown out that way, awesome. But grown toward the garden, not good. There's our messy pool.
Okay, if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since we have uploaded. We've been busy doing a lot of stuff, and we have a lot of videos that we are getting ready to go. This was just a review of our garden and how it started out and kind of how it ended up. We will see you back soon with an update. And if you have any ideas for future videos, please let us know. Hit like, hit subscribe. Thank you.